I don't know what you're going through, but we stopped by to tell you that what's in front of you is bigger than what's behind you. Your destiny, your promise, your future. You might as well shout before you get it, because God sent me here to tell you that what he has for you is gonna be big.
I believe
That it's my season.
that it's my season.
You ought to declare that over your own life. Say, I believe
I believe
that it's my time.
that it's my time.
It's my time.
It's my time.
And I can feel it.
I can feel it.
Say, breakthroughs in the room.
Breakthroughs in the room.
It's yours if you want it. Anticipating.
Anticipating.
God's getting ready to move.
God's getting ready to move.
Listen, you ought to declare this over your own life. Say it.
For I know
God,
my God
he's working
is
a miracle
miracle
just for me.
just for me.
And it's gonna be.
And it's gonna be big.
Hey! Listen, I don't know about you, but I'm excited about my future. Why? It's gonna be big, yeah!
And it's gonna be big.
I'm running into destiny, shouting into my promise. Why? God's gonna
God's gonna open the windows of heaven.
pour.
Pour me out a blessing.
I won't have room.
Be wrong to contain it.
Can't even try to explain it.
But it's gonna be big.
God is gonna blow your mind.
God is about to blow my mind.
Yeah. God's gonna
Open the windows of heaven.
pour.
Pour me out a
You
blessing.
won't have
Won't be
room.
wrong to contain it. Won't even try to explain it.
Why?
But it's gonna be big.
God is about to blow your mind.
God is about to blow my mind.
Hey! And it's gonna be.
Big,
It's gonna be.
big,
It's gonna be big. It's gotta be big. Lord, let it be. Hey. My future is big. My destiny's big. My blessing is big. My promise is big. The new job will be big. My future is big. Lord, let it be big. And it's gonna be. Hey, God is about to blow your mind.
blow my mind.
God's gonna,
God's gonna open the windows of heaven.
he's gonna pour.
Pour me out a blessing.
I won't have room.
Won't be wrong to contain it. Won't even try to explain it.
Why?
But it's gonna be big.
God's about to blow your mind.
God is about to blow my mind.
God bless you. It's gonna be.
And it's gonna be
Hello and God bless you. This is Pastor Randy Jones of St. Paul United Methodist Church here in Tupelo, Mississippi. We're grateful to God that you have decided to worship with us for our Bible study on today. Please remember this Saturday coming up will be our communion pickup right in front of our church from 12 to 1. If you're a member or you're a friend of our church, you can come and get a communion, and we will pray for you, and we'll be prepared for our first Sunday to do communion together. All right, starting this Sunday, we will start a new series called Major Adjustments, dealing with adjustments during this coronavirus, and people been quarantined during this time. Whether you have had a full quarantine or a partial or whatever you've been doing these last few months, we've had to have some major adjustments. So we will be dealing with some of those things on next Wednesday. We will start a new series for our Bible study called 5 Marks of a Methodist. It's a small book, the fruit of a living faith. And we will be dealing with that over throughout the month of August, okay? But on today, we will have Bible study, and we'll be talking about a few things. Do me a favor. Please like, share, and comment on this video right now. We need more people to be engaged in this conversation, whether you're watching this on Facebook Live or YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, we thank you for watching with us. Please subscribe and like. But if you're on Facebook, please like, share, and comment. and start a watch party if you would like to, okay? Tag 5 people. Do us a favor, tag 5 people, okay? Genesis the 10th chapter, Genesis the 28th chapter, I'm sorry. Genesis the 28th chapter beginning at the 10th verse. Genesis the 28th chapter beginning at the 10th verse. I will be reading from the New Revised Standard Version of the Bible. And it reads, Jacob left Beersheba and went towards Haran. He came to a certain place and stayed there for the night because the sun had set. Taking one of the stones of the place, he put it under his head and laid it down at that place. And he dreamed that there was a ladder set up on the earth, the top of it reaching to heaven, and the angels of God were ascending and descending on it. And the Lord stood beside him and said, I am the Lord, the God of Abraham your father, and the God of Isaac. The land on which you lie I will give you and to your offspring. And your offspring shall be like the dust on the earth, and you shall spread abroad the west and to the east and to the north and to the south, and all of the families of the earth shall be blessed. In you and your offspring, know that I am with you, and I will keep you wherever you go, and will bring you back to the land. For I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you. Then Jacob woke up from his sleep and said, Surely the Lord is in this place. I did not know it. And I was afraid and said, How awesome is this place! This is none other than a house of God, and this is the gate of heaven. So Jacob rose early in the morning, and he took the stone that he had, put it under his head, and set it up with a pillar, and poured oil on the top of it. He called this place Bethel, and the name of the city was Luz at the first. I'm going to talk just for a brief moment, troubled dreams. Troubled dreams. In order to understand the story better, you have to understand the backdrop of the context of this particular story. The context believes it begins with the conflict between the brothers Jacob and Esau in the womb. Genesis 25th chapter, 19 through the 26, get a chance, you can read that, but there are a few verses that stand out. The 23rd verse says that the Lord said to her, 2 nations are in your womb, and 2 people born of you shall be divided. The one shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. This is very remarkable in this text because normally in the biblical times, the oldest received the blessing. The oldest was normally the king. The oldest was normally the ruler. And then as people passed, the youngest became the king. So in this text, God is revealing to the mother that the youngest shall rule over the elder. That there are a division within the womb. So even before they are born, God is showing that he's shaking up some things. The truth be told is that oftentimes we don't understand what's going on around us, but God has already revealed it to those before us, our loved ones, our forefathers, what will happen for us. Okay? The 24th verse, it says, when her time to give birth was at hand, there were twins in her womb. The first came out red, all over his body, a hairy mantle. So they named him Esau. Afterwards, his brother came out. Watch this. With his hand gripping Esau's heel. So he was named Jacob. Okay? Now, they're very different. One was sturdy, the Bible tells us in the 27th verse of the 25th chapter, is that when the boys grew up, Esau was a skillful hunter. He was what people call a manly man. He was a skillful hunter. a man in the field, while Jacob was a quiet man. He was very timid, but he was also very wise, very cunning as well. He lived in the tents. Okay, Esau was an outside young man, a kid. He was someone that loved to play in the field. He was someone that loved to run around. But Jacob was someone that liked to be in the house. Jacob was the nerdy type, we would say today. Jacob was somebody that read a lot. Jacob was somebody that was cunning, that as kids today like to be on games and play, watch TV. Jacob was somebody that did those things, okay? All right? And watch this now. And the favoritism showed by Isaac, who loved Esau, and Rebekah, who loved Jacob. You oftentimes see this with twins. You oftentimes see this with kids in general. Many parents don't want to say that one child is their favorite over the other, but you normally get this, and a lot of people don't want to actually admit this at times, that sometimes a father has his favorite and a mother has their favorite. And many people may not want to admit this as parents. They'll say, no, all of my kids are their favorite. But the truth be told, there are sometimes you have a division in the household where one parent has his favorite, another parent has their favorite, or cousins will say, this is my favorite cousin, or our favorite friend. I mean, this just what you have. So you have this favoritism. So Jacob, Isaac was somebody who loved Esau. Esau was like I said, what would be considered the manly man. Esau was a person that wanted to go outside, wanted to fix the cars, wanted to work in the fields, wanted to do these different things that a father likes to teach their son. And Rebekah loved Jacob. He was a house kid. And this what some parents would call a mother's child. So he was this type of kid. All right. So Isaac loved Esau because he was fond of game. He was fond of hunting. He was fond of doing those different things. This wasn't something that he had to be forced to do. This was something he was fond of doing. But Rebekah loved Jacob. Okay. The context continued on the story, persuading is that Esau sells his birthright. Everyone knows this particular text. Esau is tired. Esau is tired. He comes in and he gets ready to ask Jacob for food, and he's at the point of where he feels as if he's at death. He's so tired, and Jacob says to him to sell his birthright. So therefore he sells his birthright. But in order to actually receive the birthright, he has to trick his father. So Jacob knew exactly what he was doing. Many people call Jacob a trickster. I believe that Jacob was one that saw the value in something that Esau did not see. Because sometimes people can see the value in something that you don't truly see the value in. You get what I'm saying? Is that sometimes what you don't see valuable, someone else can see. D.S. Sharma Lewis has this. One time she was having this conversation, and she was talking about how when was a DS, she's a bishop now, wonderful bishop. Shout out to her. And she was giving this conversation. She was saying how she was talking to this church about, they were talking about selling their church, and she said to them, "Come outside. I want to show you something." And the church was in decline, and she told them, "Look outside. What do you see?" They said, "We don't see anything." She said, "Well, I see an apartment complex right across the street." They said, "Okay, look to your left. What do you see?" They said, "We don't see anything." So there's an elementary right here. So there are potential for growth here if you can see it. The people said, no, no, no. We just believe the community is changing too much. We don't see anything. So therefore they sold the church. And within a few months, maybe a year, the church was back flourishing. The new people came in, put some new ideas on different things. But yet and still within a few weeks, they saw something. Sometimes you need fresh eyes to see things that's already there. Because sometimes we can get so bogged in where we are at the moment that we don't see the value. We don't see the value in it. So Esau sells his birthright for some food. He's tired, he's hungry, he's starving. But Jacob saw that I can use this long term. I understand that in the long term, I'm going to be conniving, I'm going to do wrong, but yet and still in the long term, I'm going to see the value in it. So we go into the 27th chapter. The 27th chapter goes in where Esau tricked. Esau is not Esau. I'm sorry. Isaac is tricked into blessing Jacob. He's tricked into blessing Jacob and giving him his birthright to the point where now Esau, his brother, wants to kill him because he's been tricked. His father has been tricked to receive the birthright. All right. So the Bible tells us that as he's fleeing and later on in the text, you kind of realize where the karma comes back on Jacob, because then when he gets ready to marry, he's tricked as well to have, instead of getting the wife he wants, he's end up getting the other wife, the sister. And when he's getting ready, when he wants to get the wife he has to serve another 7 years. So karma comes back to him. And what many people don't realize, and we oftentimes say it, that what happens, what goes around comes around. Because sometimes when you do bad to folks, it comes back on you. Okay, that's a totally different subject. Okay, all right. So here you have. Let's go into the text. And where we are now. Okay. The Bible tells us in the 28th chapter, 10th verse. Let's go through this a little bit. Jacob left Beersheba and went towards Haran. He came to a certain place and stayed there for a night because the sun had set. Taking one of the stones of the place, he put it under his head and lay down. And when he dreamed that there was a ladder set up on the earth, the top of reaching to heaven, and the angels ascending and descending on it. And the Lord stood beside him and said, I am the Lord, the God of Abraham, your father, and the God of Isaac. The land in which where you lie, I will give you and to your offspring. So God is telling Jacob, the land in which you are, the land you've been running from your brother, you've been hiding, you've been trying to get away from him, the land in which you are, I'm going to give you. Okay? The land in which you are, I'm going to give you. Sometimes God can take a bad situation and a blessing will come out of it. God will take a bad circumstance and God will bless you out of it. Some of the things that we don't understand, God will send a blessing out of it. All right. So later on in the text, you have it seem as if the certain place in which he's there, he's staying there for the night. This is the place in which God sends a blessing. That let us know that wherever you are right now, God can bless you. It might seem rough. It might seem at times where nobody understands. It may seem as if it's hard. But God can bless you wherever you are. I don't hear nobody. Y'all got to comment. Y'all got to comment. God can bless you wherever you are. And I know you've been running from some hard things. I know life has been hard these last few months. It seemed as if every time you turn around, there's another issue after issue. But yet and still, God can bless you wherever you are. Okay? There's this quote. To dream anything that you want to dream, that is the beauty of the human mind. To do anything that you want to do, that is the strength of the human will. To trust yourself is to test your limits. That is the courage to succeed. Okay? Let me say that again. Okay? To dream anything that you want to dream, that is the beauty of the human mind. To do anything that you want to do, that is the strength of the human will. To trust yourself is to test your limits. That is the courage to succeed. Okay? So when God gives you a dream, you have to believe that it will come to pass. Okay? I know I'm running. I know I did some bad things in my past. There are some things that you're not proud of, but God still can bless you. Ooh. I know some people told you that you have to have your hands clean your whole life, that nothing good can come out of your mistakes. But you have to understand what happened in your past is your past. You made some mistakes. You're not all the way clean. You come to church with some issues. You watching this on live right now, and you've had some things that you are not proud of. But God can bless you even in the midst of what's going on in your life. I want you to understand that God still can bless you. That God still called you. That God's hand is still on your life. Yes, you've been divorced. Yes, you lost your job. Yes, you may have did some time. Yes, you might owe some people. You need to pay them people back. But guess what? God still can bless you. I don't know who I'm talking to. That God still can bless you. Okay? Do me a favor. I want you to do this. Do me a favor. And it's going to be kind of double of what I'm saying. Take a pen and paper or put this in your notes. When God gives you a dream, write it down. There's some meaning in dreams. Now we're going to find out later on. Later on in the text of Genesis, you go into it and you're going to read about Joseph dreaming. But throughout the Bible, there are many people that are dreaming and God grants dreams. But you have to take the time. If you feel that God is speaking to you, you have to write those things down. Now, this is another thing. Be careful who you tell your dream to. Because some people aren't praying for you, they're praying on you. Lord, help me here. I'm trying to help somebody. I'm trying to free somebody. That some people aren't praying for you, they're praying on you. So they're hoping you fail. They're hoping you give up. They're hoping you throw in the towel. But if God before me, woo, I don't know who I'm talking to. If God before me, who can be against me? I know it's rough. I know you want to give up. I know you want to throw in the towel, but you got to stay strong. I know I'm running for my dear life. I know what I've done in my past might catch up with me. But guess what? I'm not ashamed of what God has in store for me. Look at somebody. Look at somebody. Text in a comment. You can tag a few people. Just text them. I know you know my past, but God knows my future. You know my past, but God knows my future. I've made some mistakes, but I realize who I am. Lord, my past don't define me. My past is setting me up for what God has in store for me. Ooh, oh, my problems are only a setup for what God has in store for me. 12th verse. And he dreamed that there was a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of reaching of heaven, and the angels of God were ascending and descending, and the Lord stood beside him and said, I am the Lord, God of Abram your father, and the God of Isaac. The land on which you lie I will give you, and give your offspring, and your offspring shall be like the dust of the earth, shall spread abroad the west to the east, to the north, to the south, and their families, and all of the earth shall be blessed in you and your offspring. All of this came from him, not from him stealing the birthright from his brother, not from him giving the food to his brother. All of this came in his mother womb. All of this came while he was still being manifested in his mother womb, because God told his mother that it would be two nations formed on the inside of you. I just want to tell somebody that you got power on the inside of you. That what you have on the inside of you shall change somebody's life. Listen, whether it's a physical birth or a spiritual birth, whatever you have on the inside of you, it's going to change somebody's life. It's going to change somebody's trajectory. So don't give up on what's on the inside of you. Lord, help me here. Don't give up on that thing. Don't give up on your child. Don't give up on your loved one. Don't give up on what's going on around you. Don't give up yet. Stay strong. Okay? C.S. Lewis says this. C.S. Lewis, I'm sorry, I'm getting happy. C.S. Lewis says this: you're never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Okay? You're never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. So during this quarantine, I pray that you've written some things down, that you've thought about a book, you thought about a business, you thought about how you can create a YouTube channel. You thought you're never too. I'm 35. And there are some things that I still want to accomplish. I know in some people's eyes I'm young, some people's eyes I'm mid-old, but guess what? There are some things I still want to accomplish. And guess what? You can do the same. Trust me, I believe that even in a time of quarantine, even in a time where people are being laid off, even in a time where people don't know if they're going to send their children back, that God is still in the blessing business. Lord, help me here. I believe that God is still in the blessing business. Lupita Nyong'o says this. She said this during one of her award speeches years ago. I believe it was after she won supporting actress, I believe, for 12 Years a Slave. She says this: no matter where you're from, your dreams are valid. No matter where you're from, your dreams are valid. Do me a favor, type in the comments, my dreams matter. My dreams matter. Lord, help me here. My dreams matter. Lord, help me here. I dream we gonna be debt free at St. Paul. I dream when the doors open up, we're gonna have our seats filled to the point where we're having to expand our sanctuary. I'm dreaming that we're gonna have all the technology that's needed to make sure that we're moving our church into the 21st century. I dream that my family will break generational curses. I dream that we will be financially stable in my house and your house. I dream that every need you need, God will provide. I dream that whatever you're dreaming, if it's in God's will, it shall come to pass. I'm dreaming not just for myself, but I'm dreaming for you, my brother and my sister. I'm dreaming that whatever you need, God will take care of you. I'm dreaming for you. I believe God for you. I'm trusting God for you. I'm trusting God. I'm trusting God. I'm trusting God. I'm trusting God for you. All right? Mark Twain says this. I'm almost done. Mark Twain says this: keep away from people who try to belittle your ambition. Small people always do that. But the really great make you feel that you too can become great. Okay? Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambition. Small people always do that. But the really great make you feel that you too can become great. Okay? Stay away from people that try to belittle what you're believing in. Oh, you don't have enough money. The town is too small for that. Your idea, your dream is, I don't know if it'll happen for you. Keep away from those people. I heard a quote one time that said, shoot for the sun. I think shoot for the sun or shoot for the moon. And if you can't miss that, if you can't hit that, at least you'll hit the stars. Stay away from people that try to belittle what you believe in. Trust God that God will make a way. All right. 15th verse. Know that I am with you and will keep you wherever you go and will bring you back to this land. I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you. God said, I'm not going to leave you until you accomplish what I have said to you. Ooh, I just want you to know that God said, I'll never leave you, nor will I forsake you. I'm right there with you. That God said, until it come to pass. I'm not going to leave you. I don't know about you, but that's a promise for me. I'm excited. I'm excited. I know it's rough right now. I know doors are closed and some people are opening their doors. But God said, whether you're looking at a camera or you're looking at 1,000 people, I'm not going to leave you. I don't care who leave you. I don't care if family leave you. I don't care if loved one leave you. I don't care if everybody turn their backs on you. But I'm not going to leave you until I do what I promise you. Lord. Woo. Oh my goodness. Ron Winans wrote a song that was on his last album. Ron Winans, Family and Friends. He had a song on there that says, I made a promise to you. God said, I made a promise to you. He made a promise that he's not going to leave me nor forsake me. And I truly believe that. Your dreams might be troubled. It might be rough. It might seem as if it's nightmares right now. It might wake you up in the middle of the night. But I want you to trust God that what he promised you, it will come to pass. Trust God. Stay faithful. Keep the faith that what God said, it will come to pass. I'm praying for you, my brothers. I'm praying for you, my sister, that what you're going through right now is only a test. The songwriter says, it won't always be like this. Sooner or later, it'll turn in my favor. It's working out for me. Listen. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you, my sister. I'm praying for you, my brother. Stay encouraged. Keep the faith. Keep your eyes on the prize. And whatever God said to you, it will come to pass. God bless you. God keep you. Please stay connected with us. Look out for our next Bible study. Please get the book for our Bible study for next week. Our next week Bible study. This is the book. This is the book, The 5 Marks of a Methodist. So please get this. It's a very small but a really good book. Please join us on Sunday. Please join us on Sunday as we start our new series, Major Adjustments. If you want to give, you can give online through Cash App. You can give through a Cash App. If you have the app, you can give through Cash App. To help us further along the ministry, you can give through Cash App at St. Paul Tupelo. You can pay your tithes or offerings that way, or you can give through Givelify. Givelify, search St. Paul ST, St. Paul United Methodist Church. You can do that, or you can mail it to the church, 502 North Spring Street, or drop it by the church, okay? God bless you. God keep you. I pray that you enjoy the rest of your day, all right? God bless you. Peace. See you all Saturday, members, and see you all Sunday online. God bless.